Yeah, we're excited. Obviously, anytime you get to go play golf at a place like Hawaii and spend a few days there, it's good team bonding. We usually stay in a condo all together, so I look forward more to the camaraderie more than anything. But we've had good success there the last few years, and so that goes into the excitement. But I think the biggest excitement is just getting out and traveling with a great team, and we had a great fall under our belt. So we're all looking forward to it.
Not that Lubbock doesn't have great views, but whenever you're able to go somewhere
Right.
really nice like that, how much do you balance business trip versus allowing them to not think about golf 100% of the time?
Yeah, we'll have fun for sure. There's going to be times where we can separate the two, but we're going to make it competitive. We talked about that yesterday at the end of our practice. We're going to have a chance to tee it up at a few places before we play the practice round, and so we'll have fun, but we'll make it extremely competitive during practice, and then on the side we're going to have a lot of fun and try not to hurt ourselves on the beach.
What's your most likely lineup?
Well, we're taking 7 guys. We'll have 6 spots. So like I said, we're going to make it competitive, but a few guys that have played really well over the break and played well in the home tournament, stick out. So we've had the 2 seniors that have played good all year. So we haven't really dove into exactly the lineup, but we kind of have the luxury to take 7 guys and figure it out and make it competitive as we go.
You get to play anybody as an individual, as a single?
Yeah, we'll have 5 on the team and 1 as an individual.
Coach, I guess just for you, just in terms of having Sandy and kind of some of the returners, I guess how nice is it to kind of have some guys that have kind of set the tone for some of the younger ones that kind of stepped in?
Yeah, that's great. It's huge for our program to have seniors, and that trickles all the way down. We talk about it all the time, and they have great ideas. The young guys learn from them. I remember when I was a young guy in college, how much I learned from the older guys, and so I think that's the biggest thing is the work ethic those 2 guys have put in, but also the small things that they've picked up along the way that sometimes the guys you just heard from coach too many times, and my voice isn't as loud as maybe one of those guys on the team, like a senior leader that can pull a guy aside and coach him up a little bit. And I think those are the powerful moments for young guys is when a Walker Cupper, when a senior leader like Kyle pulls a kid aside and is able to tell him something that he's learned, and those things are invaluable to the culture and what we're doing as a golf program.
Whenever you can have guys go out and play in some of those really competitive individual tournaments against some of the best collegiate golfers in the nation, what's usually the biggest thing they come back maybe having picked up or things of that nature?
Yeah, it's a process, just the experience of it. I think they pick up something every time if they look and evaluate things. But we want to play the strongest schedules we can. That's why most of these guys signed up to come play over here. Is they want to compete against the best players in the world, and so we're looking to compete against the best programs that we can. And the strength of schedule that we've put together over the years, it's been pretty incredible, but it's incremental. You don't just arrive overnight, and there's been a lot of guys before them that have put a lot of work in to get in some of these good tournaments. 20 years ago we were scraping and clawing to get in some tournaments they're great tournaments, great courses, but may not have been the best fields. And so when you look back over the years, you realize, man, we've put together a pretty neat schedule.
What y'all did in the fall, you could not have asked for much more, I assume, right? I mean,
could have won 4 for 4.
Could have won 4 for 4, but still.
No,
to finish ranked win 3 tournaments and be ranked number 1.
Yeah, I think in one poll, I think both polls we slipped to 2 at the very last week of the fall. But we didn't play, and I think Oklahoma played well, so they're 1 and we're 2. But it's all really close, and it's just a number that doesn't mean anything. It's what I mean by that is it means a lot. The guys played really well, but it doesn't mean too much in the scheme of postseason or anything like that. So we've got to almost reset, look at the spring semester as an opportunity to get better. And we all know in the locker room that if we're going to win the championship, that it's going to take us getting better and being ready at the right time.
You touched on that ranking not meaning much, moving forward, but I guess how do you balance looking ahead versus using that past success to keep guys, confident?
Yeah, we talk about it a lot. I think we try to mix and match what we do in our home qualifying. We call them home tournaments, but sometimes we'll tell the guys the scores and keep them updated on results. Sometimes we talk about the rankings. So we try to mix it up a little bit, because in golf you do have to play to a game plan. You can't play to the scoreboard, and you have to do the right things on a shot-by-shot basis. But at the same time, there's just a lot of media out there, social media. Every night, golf's a little bit different. You have to go to sleep on the lead. So these guys are going to know where they stand. So there's an art form of balancing the two, of trying to not look at that stuff as much, and then also just trying to embrace the fact that you are going to see it and what you're going to do when you do see that. And we try to coach them that, hey, a lot of times it's not even right. It's just not correct. So you got to stick to your game plan. A lot of tournaments have been lost because of just incorrect information. Guys miss their tour cards, or they think they're 2 shots back when they're only 1 shot back. So you really just have to stay the course, be committed to that shot, be committed to the process of getting better, and then embrace the fact that we are going to see a lot of scoreboards.
What did Andy Lopez bring to you? What has he brought to your team with the success that he had in the fall?
Yeah, Andy's a great story. I love that kid. He was not making a lot of our trips last year, and we had an honest conversation about that, like we do in our locker room, and he embraced that, went out and played incredible summer golf. It was a little bit hard to quantify because the schedule strength wasn't great, but he was winning tournaments. He was doing some really good things, and he's just carried that over into our fall season, and has done a tremendous job. He works hard. I think he's one of the best putters I've ever had in this program. When he gets hot, he makes everything, and so it's been a big key to us being where we're at, is his development. And I would say he's been the one that's owned that and taken the lead on that, and just played a lot of golf.
I guess Ludwig Aberg has kind of been what you hoped or expected.
Yeah, I mean, Ludwig's an older freshman, so we knew he'd come in and compete for playing time. He's very experienced. Came here highly ranked in the World Amateur Golf Rankings, and we knew he had the talent to carry a team, and he won the All-American. I think he'll settle in college golf. He played some good golf. He didn't have great scores for his, probably his standard, but those will come. He had a great round. The last round really helped us pull out the Inverness tournament and showed what he's capable of. But he had some weird rounds too. I think during that tournament, it was just kind of one of those fluky things where some things happened to him that were just things that don't happen on a tournament by tournament basis. So I don't think he's happy with the actual results of the fall, but you can see by winning the All-American in that field what he's capable of, and we'll see that a lot in the spring. He played really, really good in our home tournaments, won 2 of those and one tied for the overall. So the 9-round home tournament qualifier with I think the #1 team in the country, and he came out on top. Pretty good stuff for a freshman.
Would you learn Big 12 match play? Because you all have only done that, twice, 2 years?
Yeah, we've only done it twice. Well, one, we learned match play is just stinking fun. It's awesome. We had a great time. We bonded really well. We talked about trying to be the team that had the most fun, tried to be the team that was the closest that week, and I think we accomplished that first and foremost. But it's just fun because it's always close in match play. So you have a lot of dramatic matches coming down to the last few holes, and the guys really did well in those situations. We made some key putts on the last few holes. We had contributors all 1 through 6. Jamie Stewart played incredibly well. So we had a lot of different storylines there that not anybody would know if they weren't there. And then we just had some guys that refused to lose their match. And that's what it'll take when we make the match play. It's going to take that same sort of mentality when you're just going to be a bulldog and not lose your match. And it wasn't perfect golf, but it was head-to-head golf, and it was a lot of fun as a coach and as a player.
Y'all went 5-0, wasn't it?
We went 5-0. I know that you don't have to go 5-0 in that format to win it, but we did go 5-0, and I know that last year that Baylor won it and they didn't go 5-0, so that was a little icing on the cake to win all the matches and sweep it in that fashion. And we almost swept all the matches in the final match for the championship. So the guys played great. It was a lot of fun to be a part of. It's probably one of the top 2 or 3 memories I have as a coach, being a part of that. You get to play two players and one foursome, so that's unique. You know, most of the time we have guys spread out on the golf course 1 through 5, so you don't get that up close team feel that you get in that match play when you have two players in one group. So a lot of fun and a lot of good memories.